Alex Smith writes, "Hello AMC Movie Talkers. I've asked this once before, but I'm really curious to find out whether you guys think that Warner Brothers is creatively stifling for DC, and whether you guys believe that DC could benefit from having their own studios like Marvel. I ask this because I have long since believed that Warner Brothers were only in this to make money, and are stifling DC by making rash and unnecessarily quick decisions with little forethought. Anyways, I love the show. Any thoughts you have on that are greatly appreciated."
Well, first of all, Alex, my condolences on your game against the Indianapolis Colts. I thought you played a terrific game. You deserve to win that. That being said, well, let's not forget, Marvel is not really its own studio. It is owned by Disney. But they do function a little more autonomously than, say, DC does from Warner Brothers. But you said something very interesting in here, and I know nobody likes to hear me say this because it's not romantic, but this is the truth. You say, I just kind of feel that DC was kind of in it for the money. All right. Cold splash of truth time, all right? Every studio, including Marvel, is just in it for the money. You understand? They are all. No major motion picture that has been released nationwide has ever been released without the prime motivating factor of it just being for the money. Yeah, there are some other factors as to the art of it and the professional satisfaction of a job well done. But when it all comes down to it, it is about the money. Why? Because it is a business. Ford makes cars to make money. Apple makes computers and iPhones to make money. Everything that is made and created is made to make money. And anybody who says otherwise is either lying or trying to sell you something. And that's the bottom line. But look, you can make great money by making great product. And I think Warner Brothers wants to make great DC animated films. They want to. They're trying to. Every filmmaker that sets out to make a movie is trying to make a great film, but it's hard to make a great film. And most of them fail at it. And Warner Brothers has tripped along the way. You know, Green Lantern is a good example. It didn't turn out so great. The Dark Knight movies turned out pretty damn well. So never think for a second that the studio doesn't want their movies to be great. They do. Because if they're great, they're going to make more money long term. And that's what Warner Brothers is all about. They're all about making the money, and therefore they want to make great pictures. Same thing with Disney and with Marvel. They make great movies because they want to make great money. That's the reason. If they put out 3 stinkers in a row, nobody's going to go see Marvel films anymore. So they're part and parcel. They're hat in hand. They go together. Never think for a second. Don't buy into the lie that there's a studio making movies for the fans. No. That they're doing it for the art. No. They're doing it for the money. And there's nothing wrong with that because that motivates them to try to do the best job that they can. Anyway, Dennis, you got a more romantic view of it than I have?
Well, I actually was taken with more of the
You're a money-grubbing filmmaker. Yes, you should know this.
Yes. Of the point of the rash and unnecessary quick decisions, which it's kind of the opposite.
I was thinking the same thing, yeah.
Warner Bros. And DC have been dragging their feet with everything. They didn't even get the whole Justice League, Man of Steel 2 until they saw the box office returns of Man of Steel. Right. They should have had all these things lined up. So I feel it's different. I do think they would benefit from having a little like sub-studio. A
little more autonomy from Warner Brothers, yeah.
Warner Brothers, and they can plan things out better. But I actually think, yeah, they're more dragging their feet. They're like, we don't know. Are we gonna do it? I mean, they still haven't really announced the Justice League.
No, and they should have had their blueprints for Justice League and that Justice League universe. They should have the blueprints in place before the Heath Ledger Dark Knight movie ever came out. They knew the end of the Christopher Nolan Batman was coming. They should have had their blueprint for their Justice League universe 5 years ago, 6 years ago. And instead, we are where we are.
And that's why Marvel is succeeding. I mean, they have their they're probably talking Phase 4, Phase 5 right now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
They have all these storylines all in place. They talk to who they want to talk to and consult, and check out what comic book storylines they're gonna pull from. DC is still like, I don't know, we're gonna make this JLA movie or not. Maybe.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.